Hello, everyone, and welcome to
The Movie House.
Today we're going to talk to you about a movie from 1962 called Lawrence of Arabia, starring Peter O'Toole,
Omar Sharif, Alec Guinness, Anthony Quinn, and a host of others.
And a host of others. What'd you think?
Oh, I really like Lawrence of Arabia. It's a really, really good movie. Again, it's a historical piece. There was an actual man, T.E. Lawrence, who became known famously as Lawrence of Arabia. And he was an Englishman who did a lot with the Arab tribes in the Middle East to band together to fight the Turks.
Right.
Correct? And it's a really, really good movie. And this was Peter O'Toole's first movie, too, I believe. I think it says in introducing Peter O'Toole.
Yes, he was unknown when he got the part. In fact, we saw on the behind-the-scenes features on the DVD that they were actually looking at Albert Finney for the part, and things didn't work out, and they ended up turning to Peter O'Toole, and he's fantastic as Lawrence of Arabia. It's a long movie. I'm not sure exactly how long it is. It's over 3 hours, but it's beautiful. The cinematography is fantastic. Of course, it's directed by David Lean, who did a lot of great movies over the years. And it tells an epic story of this conflict, World War I, sort of one theater of World War I in the Middle East, and Lawrence's contribution to the effort for the I guess they were the Allies, right? Allies versus the Germans.
Yes, they were still against the Germans, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that. But I couldn't remember if they were called the Allies or not. I think they were.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It was England and eventually America against the Austria-Hungary Empire, the Germans, and the Ottoman Empire, headed by the Turks, generally speaking. So yeah, it's an interesting story how he goes from England and joins up with these Bedouins, who you see the thinking on the part of the British officers, what they think they should have these guys do for the effort, and Lawrence is like, that's crazy. These guys aren't going to do that.
Right. Well, and wasn't his role he was like a second pair of eyes,
right,
to go and check out what was happening and then what was his thoughts on it, because he was a very different person. He was very intelligent and he was different than all the other guys in his unit. And he's almost kind of a misfit oddball type. And they were like, well, we need another opinion on this. And they sent him, and because he did maps. I think that's what he worked on, was maps, what they were showing at the beginning. And he had and he immersed himself in the role. It was almost like he was an undercover officer. It was almost like an undercover detective. He became Bedouin. He embraced their lifestyle. He embraced, he was up for everything. And the love that they had for this man is amazing. Just the love and respect and honor. And he felt the same way about them.
Yeah. And I don't know how historically accurate it is, but I imagine it's more than you would get these days. I'm sure they took some liberties,
right?
Because some of it is conjecture. I guess T.E. Lawrence wrote a book about his experiences and his thoughts and so forth, and so you get maybe his perspective, and that's not always necessarily the whole story and things like that. So, but it's a fascinating story. It's well told, regardless, beautifully told, visually, and yes, it's highly recommended. We've watched it more than once, and it's a really, really long movie because it's just that it's worth it.
Right, it is, and it doesn't seem that long. And sometimes when we have a long movie, we break it up. We'll start one day or start in the morning and then come back to it later in the afternoon, or we'll take 2 days and come back to it like intermission. Okay, so we'll take the rest of the day off and then come back to it the next morning with coffee. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful movie, and we highly recommend it.
Absolutely. So if you haven't seen it, it's worth your time. Lawrence of Arabia. Okay, that's it for us. See you next time.
Bye.